Hello, and yes, I've not done a video on Arsenal since my little Chelsea rant, which some people disliked, but come on, that game is bullshit. But no, the reason I'm making this video is because, as obviously Arsenal fans are aware, our form over the last, was it April now? So January, since 4 months, our form has just been absolute garbage. There's there are so many issues at the club that I just can't see them being resolved. Mike's falling now, typical. Oh my god, it's just Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have basically lost every bloody game this year. This year, starting from January, I mean, and we couldn't beat them. I just they're just outside the relegation places, and we still couldn't beat them. Oh my god! And we couldn't beat Swansea. We lost against Swansea, and they were just outside the relegation places when they beat us. Oh, there are so many issues with this club. Oh my god. Okay, I guess the main issue is no plan B. If you can't do well at a club, you can't do well in the league, sorry, if as soon as a team scores against you, you have no way of beating them. It happens, you go behind at games. And if you can't win from behind, then you make sure you fucking defend properly. It baffles me how bad our players crumble when they let a goal in. I've never seen it. It's like what am I trying to say? I'm trying to think of a good expression here. It's like a chocolate ball, and then when you break it open, there's all this like soft, gooey chocolate inside. That is what we're like. We're not too bad, but once you break through that, it's unfixable. We've lost the game. 1-0 down. We'll let another one in probably. But then there's also the issue of we can't defend either, and this is the second issue. How do you let? I mean, if take the West Ham game for example. If it's so easy for a team just to cross and score goals against us, we're never going to win, because every team who plays against us is going to play like that. They're just going to cross the ball into the box and score. Many people are being paid thousands and thousands of pounds a week. The team, I'm talking about the defence here, the team, so Mertesacker, Koscielny, Bellerin, Monreal, Mertesacker, God, and Steve Bald, the defending coach and the assistant. I mean, he was one of the best defenders with Tony Adams. I don't understand how our defence can be as shit as it is. Koscielny, one of the best Premier League defenders, but he's stuck with a bunch of people who don't know how to defend. And yet there'll be matches and we'll look like Premier League champions, and then that's like one match in 10 matches. It's just crazy. Look at the match against Man United where we won 3-0 at the Emirates. That was one of the best Arsenal performances I've seen. And when I say that, I mean personally seen in my lifetime. Like, I've been supporting Arsenal for, I'm 21 now, so probably since I was 5 or 6. And that was one of the best performances I've seen. Where's that performance been all season? We've got the players to do it. Don't tell me you haven't got the players to do it, because I know we have, and they know they've got the ability to do it, but they just choose not to. And that's the third problem. It comes down to this whole problem of, and it's not just at Arsenal this problem, but players who don't have to play well. They don't have to play well because they're paid well, no matter what happens. I'm sorry to take Theo Walcott as an example here, but he epitomises the problem. You can't demand 150,000 a week. I think he's on 140,000 a week or something, or maybe 110. I can't remember, 110, 120, whatever it is. But he does absolutely nothing. I can't remember the last time he scored a bloody goal apart from that FA Cup goal, which was a tap in, may I add. Oh no, sorry, he scored at Watford, didn't he? When they were already 3-0 down and they'd given up at that point, 3-0 down. It was at 90th minute as well. It just, I don't know. I guess the problem with Walcott is Wenger needs to decide whether he's going to be a striker or winger, because he's changed so much that it's just like, it's got past the point of silly now. He can't do anything as a winger, that's obvious. He's absolutely useless as a winger. He's one of the worst wingers I've seen. If you're not going to cross the ball well, at least do something with that fucking pace. If you're that quick, just do something. He's never been able to cross the ball, and he still plays. He's just, ugh. Walcott, he epitomises Arsenal to me. He is so frustrating. And it's another year, isn't it? Maybe top 4, probably 5th or 6th. The way we're playing absolutely terrible at the moment, may I add. Although it's funny, isn't it? Because 2 weeks ago against Watford and then against Everton, we were fine. We were playing brilliant. And then suddenly the level just drops again. You can't win leagues dropping that level of performance. You can't lose to Swansea, draw a Crystal Palace, draw with Norwich. These teams are they're battling for relegation. You can't draw and lose against these teams. But this is going back to an earlier point I made. The problem, it's too easy to play us. When we don't know how to win, it's too easy. If you look at teams like, I guess Leicester, they just keep going, attack after attack. Once we don't know what to do, we just huff and puff. You've got to adapt. You've got to have that second plan, or plan B or C. And it's got to the point now where it's just like, is it ever going to change? I don't want Wenger to go because what would happen? Unless there's a better replacement to come in, there's no point getting rid of him. Nothing will change. We don't want a Moyes situation with like, fucking hell, could you imagine? Just, this was the 1 year that we had to actually do something to win. We gave up everything, didn't we? We didn't sign a fucking outfield player until January, and he wasn't going to win us the league because he was only a young central defensive midfielder. How is that going to win you the league? Petr Cech, yes, we had a great squad, and he came in, and the first half of the season, it looked like fucking Wenger's plan had paid off, didn't it? We were top of the league, playing well, made a fucking change, and then I don't even know what happened. Gave up, maybe, players. We got injuries, so many injuries. I don't know what the fuck's going on with our injury situation. If you ask me, we lost the league when Cazorla got injured mainly. I think Cazorla was crucial, to be honest. And I guess Sanchez as well. I mean, Sanchez wasn't playing that well, but had he not been injured, we probably would have played better. It's just where are the players? What happened to Ramsey? He was so good 2 seasons ago, and now he comes on, and I know we're gonna let a goal in. He's not. He's not central defensive midfielder. He can't control the centre defence. Sorry, not the centre of defence, centre of midfield. If you ask me, he's an attacking centre midfielder, not CDM. I don't think. I think the Man United match epitomised our season and Arsenal, though. The 3-2 to Man United. The squad we put out against them was arguably, apart from Cazorla being out, that was our top squad. That was our fully fit, best squad we could have put out there. And Man United, if you saw it, I can't remember who was in it. It was Rashford, before everybody jumped on the hype train about him. This is the match where he became the hype fucking train. It's just, they had no players in that team that you would recognise, really. And we lost. We lost to that team. And not only did we lose, we played like absolute crap. But we had the better players. That is us, isn't it? We think we've won a match before we even go out there and we perform like utter crap. So I can't remember what it's like to be in the knockout stage of the Champions League. Like, past the last 16. That's a distant fucking memory. God, when was the last time we were in the... Jeez, it must be like Liverpool in 2009 with fucking Kolo Touré, the prick, gave away a fucking penalty and then we just fucking lost it, didn't we? Oh, I can't remember a time past that. Was that before Man United? Was that after Man United? Fucking Ronaldo 40-yard free kick. Can't fucking remember. But you get my point. Mediocrity is boring as hell, and we are mediocre. We'll play good matches, we'll play absolutely terrible matches, and the injury situation, it can't continue that way. You can't continue having so many key players out of the season. If you look at Tottenham, if they didn't have Harry Kane this season, you'd argue that they wouldn't even be in the top 4, top 5. They've had 20. He scored 20. I think is it 22 now. 22 goals, and I think the next top scorer in their team has got 6 goals. It's unbelievable how because he stayed fit all season. They're arguably, well, they're definitely going to finish second. There's no doubt in that. They won't lose. They won't lose 2 games, and City gaining 2 games for them within the 4 games they've got left. That's not going to happen. They're definitely going to finish second. Oh, I can't remember. It used to be fun supporting Arsenal, but as more money's been involved, and when you grow up, you start to when you're younger, you idolise the players out there, and even if they play a bad match, you still idolise them and think they just play badly. But I think as you grow up, you do see when someone's trying or not, and I just think a lot of the time they don't try. It's absolutely heartbreaking as a supporter, because it's unacceptable really for the fans because I generally don't think the Arsenal board would care if we only got top four again, because they make money out of it. Arsenal is essentially a very well-run machine. They spend very little, make a lot, make a hell of a lot of money. Like, it's, I think they're like I think they're like the fifth in the highest value club or something like that. They make a lot of fucking money, and then they'll probably sell a big player, 50, 40, 60 million player who they've brought through, and then they'll buy a player for like 20 million. He'll be amazing next season. He'll go. It's the same repetitive situation of Champions League spot, getting knocked out Champions League, make money, blah blah blah. It happens every single year. I would be scared to generally look at our positionings in the league / Champions League in the last like 5-6 years. I can guarantee it'll be fourth spot round of 16, fourth spot round of 16. It's just, something's got to change, but I don't know what's got to, but I've said what I think's got to change, but only, I don't even know. Don't even bloody know. Oh, it is tough. It's tough being an Arsenal supporter. But I think a lot of people give Arsenal fans stick. And I don't think they realise that Arsenal fans pay the most money for a season ticket. They haven't got a choice in that. They have to pay it or they don't go and see Arsenal. Arsenal is one of the most supported clubs in the world. People try to deny it, but it's true. They've got the biggest, I think it's the biggest fan following on Twitter in England. Possibly, maybe it's Man United. It's one of the biggest. It's either first or second. They're the first ones to admit, like I'm admitting right now, we're shit. We're underperforming so badly every year, consistently. And you'll get fans always trying to say, "Oh no, we didn't get any penalties," or "Oh, the other team got offside." We're playing bad, and that's why we're not winning. And we're the first to admit it. I don't think anyone will deny the fact that we should have won the league this year, on paper. We had the best squad after Chelsea's downfall. Man City were playing poor in the league. Man United are just still awful, but they'll probably end up fourth knowing our luck. We should have won the league, 100%. If Leicester can win the league, we should have won it. Yeah, we're miles off. It's unbelievable. And the players, they're the ones who got themselves to blame. I don't blame Wenger for this. Wenger's a scapegoat, 100%, but he's not to fault. At the end of the day, the players they're the ones who go out there, and do they give anything? Not really. If they go 1-0 up, they might get a second goal. But if they go 1-0 down, it's basically over. I honestly, myself, I don't think I've personally gotten over Monaco at home last year, the 3-1. That one was one of the worst things I've ever watched. And I think ever since then, I've just realised I've started to just be more cynical about the players, their motives, why are they underperforming constantly. But who knows? Maybe I'll make another video at another time. But yeah, thanks for listening to this little rant, and hopefully the end of the season won't be so bad, because this is just depressing this year for Arsenal. So yeah, thanks for listening, and I will see you next time.